Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Fox and I'm so excited to be back with a Sims 4 speed build, but we are doing an apartment renovation today, so thank you so much for joining me. We are renovating 121 Harkim House for the Jang family, I believe. Again, I did build this one a little while ago. You guys know I am sort of pre-recording because I'm going to be taking some time off once baby is here. So forgive me if I don't know or can't remember everything, but today's video does come with a bit of a warning. It's colourful. It's not called the most colourful apartment for no reason. I tried to pack colour into this apartment. The Jang family's original apartment was quite colourful, but I felt like it was a bit of an eyesore. The colours didn't really flow nicely and it just felt kind of like dark. And I don't know, I just decided that they would have more of a bright, fun, colourful apartment, so that is what I tried to achieve. You guys will have to let me know what you think with this one, because I'm very curious to know if you guys will like this one. It is completely out of my comfort zone and completely out of my style. It took me quite a while to come up with everything, and I changed the swatches of everything quite a few times just to try and get everything to work. I do end up leaning, I think, a little bit more towards the pastel sort of side of colors, with like bright pops of color here and there. All of the walls again are different colors. It's just, there's a lot of colors, but I did just talk over most of the living room. I do go back and clutter up the living room a little bit more, and I think I forgot to do the coffee table on camera. So in the screenshots, and if you do download this apartment, there is clutter on all surfaces. Everything is completely decorated and I didn't leave anything out. But this dining room kind of sets the tone for the rest of the house in a sense. I kind of lean towards more of the pink and purples. I think they go really nicely together, and then adding in pops of yellow and green where I could, and I use lots and lots of plants. There's a lot of plants in this one, which is very typical of me. I tend to put a plant in places if I don't know what else to do with it, but we did just basically work out the layout of the dining room, and then we move on to working out the kitchen. I did a little bit of it off camera, and I do believe that I actually end up changing the fridge and the stove back to the teal green swatch. That kind of matches the teal in the wallpaper here. I had a lot of trouble with the kitchen and I just wasn't sure what I wanted to do, so I played around with it a little bit more off camera, and the colors do change slightly, but we're using Parenthood cabinets in this nice blue, and we also use the cottage living counters in pink, in the soft pink color. Spent a really long time trying to work out what I wanted to do in the kitchen. It was quite difficult trying to put everything together. This room here though, this is Billy's room. Billy is the child sim of the family, and she's probably one of my favorite sims ever. She is so cute, so adorable. She's just like a creative social ball of happiness, and I love her so much. So her room was a lot of fun to decorate. She really likes yellow and orange, so I tried to lean towards those colors, as well as adding just all the colors of the rainbow, really. Basically every room is just a rainbow explosion. So in here we get obviously the bed, the dresser, the desk. I don't give her a computer, but I do give her this little diary. Lots of kids clutter. There's a dollhouse in here, and this room ended up being kind of a little bit small, so there's not really too many activities in here. Obviously you have the teddy, the dollhouse, and the toy box, so there is some things. I do add the kids creativity table off camera. Again, it was an afterthought that I add that, but I add that into kind of like the study room, which you guys will see when we get to it. But here I am just cluttering up her side table, adding lots of pinks and orange and blues and just all sorts of little clutter for the side table here. It was quite hard trying to find items without being too repetitive over and over, so definitely will be a while before I attempt anything like this again. This room was very challenging for me. I cut out a lot of footage of me scrolling and just trying different things before settling on items and where to put them. So Billy's room is pretty much coming together, though. I do pop a little plant up on this adorable little mirror that we got with the pastel pop kit, and then I also place some shelves. Sorry guys, baby brain is in full force today. A shelf here next to the dresser was what I was trying to say, and I do put some clutter up there as well. Just some little kids objects, nothing super fancy, just to kind of make it feel, I guess, lived in and everything. So yeah, I'm really happy with how her room turned out. I used a lot of the pastel pop kit. I think that's what it's called, the pastel pop kit, in this one, just because the colors really like spoke to me for this one. But we jump back into the kitchen and work out all of the clutter pieces just to make the kitchen feel lived in. I feel like the kitchen does end up feeling just like a little bit sparse, but I didn't want to add too much in here because there's not really a lot of kitchen clutter that comes in those like odd colors, I guess, that I was looking for. So I do put the artist's pad in here because the mother, whose name I cannot remember, is a painter, so there's lots of sort of like inspiration from her being pulled into this one. I imagine that she probably painted a lot of the walls herself and probably painted a lot of the furniture too, and she's probably the one that picked out a lot of the furniture. The father, his name is Bucko, I believe. He's a comedian, so I do have a microphone in this one and also a mirror so he can practice his charisma skills and jokes. And he's just like a really cool dude. So I had a lot of fun giving them a makeover, which is what I've been doing. For those of you who haven't seen, I've basically given myself like a little challenge to kind of start like a bit of a save file, I guess. I'm going through and I'm giving all of the townies a makeover and redecorating their houses or rebuilding them a house, depending on if I like their house or not, I guess. So I started this kind of with the pancakes house, which I'll link that one for you if you haven't seen it. It was just like kind of the start of the inspiration to do this. So I've done quite a few of these. I've given pretty much all of the Sims in Willow Creek, Oasis Springs, and Sulani makeovers. I think also all of the Sims that live in San Myshuno, Del Sol Valley. Like, I've really gone crazy with the Sims makeovers, and I'm slowly now starting to renovate apartments or build houses for the ones that I feel drawn to. So the Jang Family was definitely one of them. The Beta Family, which was the last apartment that I did, that was another one that I was really inspired to do. So yeah, I've just been kind of low-key building like a save file. I don't have any plans to sort of like release anything anytime soon. There's a lot of lots to cover in all of the worlds, so it's a slow process, but I will keep you guys posted on that if you are interested. You'll see that we did just jump back into the kitchen and then back into the living room and then back into the kitchen, and I do apologize. I was just like struggling with a lot of spaces in this one, so I would kind of just go where the inspiration was flowing, and if I was struggling with the kitchen, I'd jump back into another room. So it is a bit of a jumpy video, and I do apologize. Hopefully you guys don't mind too much, but this was the room that I was talking about. It's kind of like the study art room. There's the bubble machine in here because there was a bubble machine in the original apartment, and I did want to keep obviously a lot of the original sort of vibe that this family have. But this is where the computer is. There's obviously a keyboard, an art easel near the window. There is again the bubble machine. I do end up putting the creativity table in here off camera, and it's just kind of like the activity skill building room, I guess, and it has everything in here that the Jang family need for their careers and the skills that they need to build. So if you do decide to download it and play in this apartment for the Jang family, you will have everything that you need. But yeah, I struggled a little bit here picking out art pieces for the wall. I think that was one of the hardest things in this whole build, was just picking out sort of like art pieces or like decor pieces. But this mirror ends up being deleted here too, and that's where I put the creativity table. But again, I don't do that until the very end. I kind of had like, I don't know, I kind of like oversaw. That's not the right terminology. I just wasn't thinking about certain things as I was building this one, and I was just trying to pick out like colorful pieces and, you know, what looks good here instead of thinking about the actual family. So once I was finished, I did look at it and realize that I could have added some things in differently. So I definitely do go back and sort of edit a couple of things. But again, it's all in the screenshots at the end. This room here is the parents' bedroom. I had no idea what to do in here. So we just get a dresser with some mirrors and obviously a bed. There's a little chair near the windows, which I think is a really nice spot to look out of. Everything that this family needs is kind of in the skill building room. So we just pop a couple of things up here on the dresser just to fill in space and see what looks nice. I also put a dog bed in here. You'll see that I added a bowl, a pet bowl, in the kitchen with some tennis balls. That's because I actually gave this family a pet when I renovated, gave them a makeover. I added a pet. I think it's a Saint Bernard, which is just funny because that's a very big dog to be living in an apartment, but I thought it was an adorable dopey dog to add to this adorable family. And yeah, so I do add a pet bed in here as well. We also have the meditation table because I think that it's something that maybe the mother would be into. She just gives me those vibes. But there are 2 bathrooms in this apartment. Oh, excuse me. There are 2 bathrooms in this apartment. I did do them off camera because they took me the longest time to work out, so I do apologize for that. Again, there's screenshots at the end. We are finishing up this build here though with decorating the entryway. I did originally have it open, but I decided to separate it, and basically in here we just get a mirror, some plants and some clutter, so nothing super fancy. But we will be moving into the screenshots now, so I hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. If you have, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. I'm really unable to talk at the moment, guys, Make sure you are subscribed, and if you want to download this one, it will be available on the gallery. My ID is at arcadefox, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye guys.